I get to go home now?
It seems like the more effort filmmakers put into an animated feature, the more uninspired and technically unimpressive its video game translation is.
Yay!
This is painfully true with The Ant Bully, a moderately entertaining movie transformed into a horribly repetitive platformer.
Situation.
You play as Lucas, known as the Destroyer to the Ants. The little guy gets even smaller when a potion drops him to the same size as his former insect slaves. This apparently isn't enough for him to learn his lesson, so the ants task him with completing the most boring missions they can think of. These include killing bugs, collecting items, killing bugs, collecting items, and occasionally killing bugs and collecting items.
Lucas! Hey, Lucas! I could use a little help out here.
The frustrating thing about the story is that it focuses heavily on moments the movie doesn't even bother with. That means you're getting a completely pointless backstory, especially if you've already seen The Ant Bully on the big screen. Very few of the cinemas are character-driven, move the plot along, or even interesting to watch. It seems like a crime to criticize the work of a comedy genius like Bruce Campbell, but even Ash can't make these moments interesting.
Remain calm! We must not panic!
The few unique elements to Ant Bully's gameplay wear off very quickly. Lucas can perform a quick roll and interact with various items in the environment. These include climbing walls, hoisting heavy rocks, and communicating with other ants when he needs a little backup. Pressing X in telepathic hotspots summons these familiars to form a ladder, bridge, or slingshot.
I've got your back all the way.
The only other strategy is in how you use your 4 weapons: a staff, a silk shooter, a dart gun, and seed bombs. And part of this strategy is working around the sluggish and finicky combat control. The lock-on feature isn't very trustworthy, and even when you manage to swing in the right direction, your attack will frequently pass right through your target, and sometimes vice versa. You also have to come to a complete stop to use the action button.
Well, that makes me feel much better.
Gotta be faster than the earwig.
The only things that can make repetitive combat worse are repetitive missions that require you to use it. Aside from a few boss battles, you fight the same bug types over and over and over and over. We're not saying it's easy to tell ants apart, but it doesn't look like the developers made much of an effort.
I couldn't have done it better myself.
Now that I believe.
The only impressive element of the design is the wide outdoor environments. The textures, draw distance, and level layout aren't particularly engaging, but the areas are big. This can be annoying, however, because you're teleported back to the huge ant colony after every mission, only to run all the way back to be assigned the next one. For a world this large, it has a surprisingly low level of depth. There are numerous invisible walls and an embarrassing number of characters to talk to, considering you're surrounded by ants.
I work better alone.
We're not sure why movies based on animated films for children try desperately to be nothing like the films they're based on. The Ant Bully both succeeds and fails at this. If you're interested in discovering how Lucas collected the tools he used in the movie, then this game will answer a lot of your unanswered questions. But if you're one of the millions of people that couldn't care less, you'll have more fun with an anthill and a magnifying glass.